and make-believers. In today's video, I am doing the Nope book tag. So this is a very fun, controversial tag where you go through books that you didn't particularly enjoy or things that you didn't particularly enjoy in books, or books that you did enjoy but they just had a nope moment where you just were not in agreement with what was happening in the book. Question 1 is a nope ending, a book ending that made you go nope, either in denial, rage, or simply because the ending was crappy. That book for me was sadly Allegiant from the Divergent series, which I've touched on before, and not just the ending of this book, but this book as a whole as an ending to the series. I just did not particularly enjoy it, and I have to give it a big nope. Question 2 is a nope protagonist, a main character who you do not like and who drives you crazy. That for me was Snow in Stealing Snow. I didn't click with Snow. I felt like she was very fickle and a bit all over the place and just no. Question 3 is a nope series, a series that turned out to be one huge pile of nope after you've invested all that time and energy on it, or a series you gave up on because it wasn't worth the time anymore. So for me, I couldn't really think of a series that fit this description. However, one series that I'm not sure I'm going to continue is the 1,000 Pieces of You series, simply because the second book was not as good and I started to dislike the main character a little bit and just things were going a little bit off. So there is I think it's only a trilogy, so there is one more book in the series. I might continue it, but I don't have any immediate plans to do that. So at the moment, this is probably my nope series. Question 4 is nope popular pairing, a ship you do not support. That for me has been for a very long time, and I don't know for how much longer it's going to be. I don't know if anyone's going to beat this in the nope department. But for me, and many of you will not agree with me, but for me, Aelin and Rowan, I do not understand this popular pairing. It does not appeal to me. It is nope. Who is this guy? Who is he really? Question 5 is a nope plot twist. Now this can be a book that you do like, but it's a plot twist that you didn't see coming, or a plot twist that you didn't like. For this one, I've gone with a book that I liked, but a plot twist that I didn't see coming, which made me fall even deeply more madly in love with this book, and it is still my favorite in the series so far, and that is Red Queen. It had the best plot twist that I did not see coming, and yes, this is one big fat no. Question 6 is a nope protagonist action or decision. So this is where the main character does something and you're just like, nope. For me, it was quite easy to think of someone that when they made this choice, I was just like, what are you doing? No, I don't care how pretty, I don't care how rich, just no. And I feel like you get what book I'm talking about. That is 50 Shades of Grey and Anastasia Steele and all the choices she seems to make regarding a certain rich, good-looking gray man. I mean, I enjoyed the book, it was a fun, silly read, but the decisions she makes, just nope. Question 7 is a nope genre. What genre would you never read? One genre that I will never, ever read is horror. I cannot take it. I think I've mentioned this many times before, but no, I cannot do horror, so that is my just nope. Question 8 is a nope format. Now, I don't really have a nope book format. I mean, I tend to prefer the paperbacks and the hardback versions of the books. None of them are necessarily like nope, but just I prefer the paper. Question 9 is a nope trope. That one rhymes. Nope trope, nope trope, nope trope. And that is a popular trope that you just do not like. For me, a trope that kind of just feels kind of meh to me is love triangles. I mean, maybe sometimes they add a little bit of spice, but I feel like they're not necessary, especially if that love triangle involves cheating. It's just bleh. But also just in general, I'm kind of like, oh, nope. Question 10 is a nope recommendation. A book recommendation that is constantly hyped and pushed at you that you simply refuse to read it. Now, for me, I have nothing for this, because if a series is truly hyped up and if people are really telling me to read it, unless of course it falls in the genre that I do not read, horror, then chances are I'm going to pick it up and make my own opinion on this popular series. So no, I like to read what's been recommended to me, so I don't have a nope recommendation. Question 11 is a nope cliche / pet peeve. A cliche or writing pet peeve that always makes you roll your eyes. For me, I would say when too many words are used to say one thing, but in particular for me was the Shatter Me series. It's the only reason that I have not continued with that series. I feel like the story was good, I liked the characters, but there was just so many words to say something so simple that it really annoyed me as I read it, and it was just, nope. Question 12 is a nope love interest. The love interest that's not worthy of being one. A character you don't think should have been a viable love interest. Now, I feel like a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this answer, and I must say that I'm referring to the book version, not to the show version. But that for me was Jamie from the Outlander series. In the show, he is amazing. I see it. He is a viable love interest, and he is fantastic, and he is great, and he is gorgeous. But in the book, just in general, why was he a viable love interest when he's abusive? Like, okay, he loves her, but does that excuse everything else? Nope. Question 13 is a nope book. A book that shouldn't have existed, that made you go, nope. Are we surprised? Are we surprised? This should never have existed. Question 14 is a nope villain. A scary villain antagonist you would hate to cross and would make you run in the opposite direction. This question was quite difficult to answer because there are many villains that I wouldn't like to run into. I mean, in general, who wants to run into a villain? But one that I really wouldn't want to run into, simply because I think they're insane and I don't know what they want, and they would just be mean and vicious and torture you as they kill you just because, would be Sebastian from the Morla Instruments series. He just seems a little unstable, and that, yeah, would make me run away. Question 15 is a nope death, a character death that still haunts you. Now, this is not going to be a spoiler because I feel like most of you have read this series, and that for me is everybody in the Harry Potter series. I mean, really, it's like everybody dies. Okay, maybe not everybody, and there are some very important characters that still live, and I'm very happy that they still exist, but I mean, every death in this series haunts me. Nope. Question 16 is a nope author, an author you had a bad experience reading for and have decided to quit. For this one, I don't really have an answer. I haven't decided to completely write off any particular author. Stealing Snow was my first book by Daniel Page, and it was a bit of a letdown. However, I do have Dorothy Must Die, which got like really good hype as well, and I still intend to read it and give her another shot, and even if I don't like that one, I'm probably still not going to quit an author because I love authors. I am one myself, and I appreciate the effort that goes into writing the books, and I appreciate that not every book suits everyone. So also, maybe Stealing Snow wasn't my kind of story, but I will absolutely love Dorothy Must Die. And that is all for the Notebook tag. Until next time, I'll see you. Bye!